To those who carried out this attack, as well as anyone who wishes America harm, know this: we will not forgive. We will not forget. We will hunt you down and make you pay.
President Biden promising retribution after a pair of ISIS terror attacks outside the airport in Afghanistan.
13 U.S. service members and nearly 100 Afghans killed in attacks many warned would be imminent as U.S. troops begin leaving the country. Dr. Richard Stoll with Rice University joins us live. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
So the U.S. had been warned that the exit would trigger new terror activity. The president saying that risk is why he didn't extend the deadline. So what kind of retaliation plans might we see with just 4 days before the deadline?
I think it depends. I suspect, at least, it depends on hunting down, in particular, the leadership of this group. And that could take quite a while. It took us a long time to actually find Osama bin Laden. But I could also see, apparently this group is between, say, 1,000 and 2,000 people. And it might be possible to identify some of those people, not the leadership, but go after them fairly quickly. But I suspect the U.S. government under President Biden and whoever might follow him for that matter, will try to find the leadership, and that may take a while.
So what do we know about the group, Dr. Stoll? ISIS-K is who we're talking about. They were not around 20 years ago, right, when this war began. And do they pose a major threat outside of Afghanistan, abroad?
I'm not sure they pose a major threat, but they do pose a threat. They consist, apparently, of people who and for most Americans, we may find this a bit strange, don't feel the Taliban is extreme enough. They feel the Taliban have kind of lost their way, so to speak. And so they are very, very extreme. So yes, even if we don't see like a very complicated planned attack, I could imagine small groups of this ISIS-K committing acts of terrorism. So yes, I think they are dangerous. Can they pull off something on an extremely large scale? Perhaps not, but they are dangerous.
Well, we know the U.S. is continuing evacuation flights, but will Americans be left behind, and are we leaving behind a country vulnerable to terrorism?
Will Americans be left behind? I'm sure we will do our very, very best to get every American out. My question would be, however, do we actually know all the Americans who are in Afghanistan? That is, if you're working for the U.S. government, of course we know, but if you're an American citizen that for whatever reason chose to go to Afghanistan, I'm not sure we know whether someone like that is still in Afghanistan, and if so, where they are. So, I know we'll do our best to get everybody out, but I'm not sure we can guarantee that we've got every American out.
And so, Dr. Stoll, it's an interesting situation because we're relying on the Taliban to provide security. I mean, how can we trust that?
Well, I can tell you how to think about it. I can't tell you, unfortunately, the answer to that. The question really is, do the Taliban, want to be recognized by the world as a legitimate government, as a group that can be dealt with? And if the answer is yes, then they've got to act like a legitimate government. And a legitimate government doesn't let terrorists commit acts. So if that's their feeling, then they should be trying to do a good job with security. How well they can truly do it is a separate question, but they should want to do a good job because, they want to interact with the world. They want to get the money that Western countries have sort of taken away from them back, all these sorts of things. But on the other hand, if, truly they don't really care about how the world thinks about them, all they want to do is run Afghanistan, then they don't have a very strong incentive to do a great job with security. So we won't really know for a while, is this something of true interest to them? Now, I would say as well, we don't have much of a choice. You know, we don't have that many troops left. People, whether they're Americans or Afghanis that want to leave, can have to travel great distances through Afghanistan to get to the airport. We depend on the Taliban to, at a minimum, let these people through, and hopefully to keep Afghani groups and others that want to hurt these people away from them. So we're kind of stuck with them, whether we like it or not.
All right, Dr. Richard Stoll with Rice University, thanks so much for your insight this morning. We appreciate it.